I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait.
Hi and welcome back to the Rideshare Buddy UK YouTube channel. My name's Kevin, and today this video is coming out a little later in the week because for the first time on Uber I'm going to do a night shift. Not a full night shift, but a late night. It's Friday, so I'm going to work tonight until midnight to see what the night work is like in Newport. Hopefully there's enough work to keep me in Newport. If not, I'll probably wander off to Cardiff. But hopefully Newport up until midnight. Let's see how it goes on Uber. But before that, I've got a few things to do. One is my plate is due up next week, so I've got to take the car down to the tyre place for taxi rentals, get the tyres checked and replaced if necessary. I have just started to go into the amber on my tyre check, my weekly tyre check. I've got the gadget tyre and it's just gone into amber, so they may need to be changed, but I'll be done this morning before I start work. Don't know about what time I'm going to start, maybe about 3 o'clock today if I'm going to work till midnight and have an hour's break later on. But first, let's do the thing that everybody's talking about, and that's Uber's cut of my earnings last week. So let's have a quick look. I've downloaded the figures. Let's just have a quick look at them. Okay, so hopefully this shows up okay. So total passenger fares last week, 30th of October to the 6th of November, was 1,060. Uber took off £56 for passenger promotions and a tip. So it's £920. Now, I'm going to knock off £9 from the tips because I shouldn't really be including tips in it. That's £911. Uber kept £87.12. So let's do the figures on that. That's £87.12 divided by, say, 911, which is after tips. That means Uber took 9.56% of my earnings last week. Can't really complain about that. But even if they took more, I wouldn't complain because I'm happy with the fares that I accept. If I wasn't happy with the fares that I accepted, I wouldn't have accepted them. I'd have just let them go by. So that's about 9%, 9.56%. So I'm happy with that on 920 turnover. But it's not as simple as that, really, because I'll show you why. Right, now hopefully you can see this. Yesterday I did an airport, Newport, Chepstow to Bristol Airport for £44. Now if you scroll that down, and this is all only on pre-bookings, if you do a pre-booking and accept that, what you'll see is at the bottom, more details. If you click on the more details, you'll see paid to Uber, and Uber charged £15.56 convenience fee. So any pre-bookings you accept, you can actually scroll down to the bottom under more details. You'll see how the surcharge Uber has applied to the customer for making that pre-booking. In this case, it's £15.56. And then on top of that, they also take their percentage. But again, I don't care. I was happy with £44 for that Chepstow to Bristol Airport one. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have done it. So percentage-wise, I'm not going to be checking this out every week. I'm really not bothered about it. I'm happy with the money that Uber pays me. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have accepted the job. But that's a quick look. 9.5% I think I said that Uber is stopping, and I'm happy with that. So now I'm just going to get ready and head off down to Cardiff to get these tyres checked, ready for the plating next week of the car. And then I have a few hours off before I start work at 3, and I'm working from 3 till midnight on a Friday night in Newport. Well, that's the first job of the day completed. 4 brand spanking new tyres on the car, and all set for the plate MOT. I think it's on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday. So it's all sorted now. The only thing I really now need to do is to give it a quick vacuum and a quick wash before it goes down the garage. But the traffic is beginning to build up already. It's 12:30, so I should imagine by the time I've got back home it's going to be about an hour and a half, 90 minutes this job's taken. and I'll have to remember to add that onto my time later when I work out the hourly rate, because of course it's all part of the job and it needs to be paid for. It needs to be covered by the earnings that I make. So we'll have a look at that later, but heading home now, have something to eat, relax a bit, and come out about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and work it till midnight. I have to admit, I'm just beginning to think this one through a little bit. Maybe tonight isn't the best night to do it, it's midnight. I'm going to do it, but we're mid-month, so it's not a payday way day. There's not going to be a lot of money flying around mid-month. Last weekend was bonfire night, and it was really busy with people going out spending a lot of money on bonfire visits and stuff. So I'm not too sure how busy tonight's going to be, especially with Remembrance weekend. You know, it's Remembrance Day tomorrow and Remembrance Day on Sunday. So a lot of the older ones will be saving the money for Sunday. You'll see what happens Friday night. It may happen. I don't think it's going to be particularly busy. Wouldn't be busy enough to keep me out. Let's wait and see. But yeah, I really should have done this on last Friday in the month, really, when people have got paid. Still, not to worry. There are still some people being paid weekly. Not many, but some. We'll find out later how busy it gets. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, just started, come out, just turned on the app, and I've got an immediate job to Bristol, not to the airport, but just straight out to Bristol for £36 from the railway station. So, just heading off there to the railway station, get this picked up, and a good start to the day. And remember, today I'm working until midnight. But just looking at the traffic, it's not looking good at all, really. Might try and cut round the back road up to the station. Well, that's the first job done. From the railway station, Newport, down to Portishead Marina. So a fairly straightforward one. Just a little bit of traffic on the M5, so heading back. M4, as I was coming down, going towards Cardiff, is absolutely chock-a-block. The Friday afternoon squeeze has started. So going back, I'm going to come off at Mega. I'm not going to go any further than that on the M4 because they need to just stand still from the Calder onwards. So I'll come off at Mega and head down the bypass down towards Spitty and see if you can pick up any work from Spitty Retail Park and that sort of area onwards. So that'll be a nice trip out. But £36 in the clock already. Yeah, here we go. It's the Friday afternoon go slow. We know we're even anywhere near Mega even, and we're down at standstill traffic. This is one of the problems with a Friday afternoon. I can understand it why people who do Friday nights don't start till 6 and then work their way through till 2 or 3 in the morning. Well, I don't stay out that late anymore. Midnight's long enough for me. So we'll still come off at Magor because it's just going to be standstill from there all the way up to Newport Centre. So we'll swing round and try and find something down Spitty. So I took that job at 3:10. It's now 4:30. So an hour and 20 minutes for £36.71. See, I've got a £14 job just come through. But it's 6 miles away. I'm not going to do that with the traffic the way it is at the moment. So it's saying 12 minutes, but it's going to be a lot more than that. Actually, I did take that job. It's at the Celtic Manor Resort. So it's 5.6 miles away. It's saying 10 minutes. I can tell you now, it's going to be at least 20-25 minutes, possibly even half an hour at this time on a Friday night. So it may cancel out. We'll see what happens. I'm heading towards the Celtic Manor Resort. I'm expecting 20-25 minutes minimum. That's for that £14 job. Probably going up to the station. Okay, so that was a trip out to the station from the Celtic Manor Resort for £14 odd, and I picked up a station out to Betis for £9, and now I'm on a Malpass. Well, just heading off to Malpass to pick up on a £7 job. Can't quite remember where it's going to, but it's £7. So it's 20 to 6, and I got £59.81 on the clock. So that's not too bad in 2.5 hours. That's okay. Right, that was a very simple, quick job, straight down the Malpass Road down to the Greenway Inn, just by Cumbrand, and I'm not too far away from the Grange Hospital, so I might just pop down there. Although saying that, Newport is presumably in surge, so I might spring up the A42 back into Newport. I have to admit that one of the things I've noticed this week, particularly sort of late afternoon, is Cumbrand going into surge. So business must really be picking up in Cumbrand now. I don't know if that's because it's a shift change at the hospital that's doing it, but I have done quite a few jobs at the hospital for staff, and a lot of the consultants live in Cardiff. So I've done a few jobs from Cumbrand down to Cardiff last week at around £20, so that's not too bad. I might next week I'll keep an eye on that Cumbrand and see if it's beginning to kick off a bit. Might be worth a place to be at in late afternoon. Okay, just coming into Newport, and I've done a quick pickup. Well, I picked up a job from Casper's, £8, well, £7.96. So let's get over to Casper's and do this one. Right, that was a £7, well, £6.90 job from Casper's in town down to Somerton. There's actually 5 passengers, but I said, I can only take 4, and they went okay, and one of them caught the bus, and I brought the other 4 down. I've noticed this a lot talking to people. It's really hard to get a 6-seater on Uber in Newport. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm looking for another car, should I be looking for a 6-seater? Now, when I do my airport ones, I'm only going to carry 4 anyway. I won't do any more than 4. But if I can get a 6-seater where the back seats fold flat, that's going to be really good luggage space. And then during my normal Ubering, and I can carry 6, I'll get onto Uber XL. And I think the fares are about 25-30% higher on an XL. Plus, I'll be able to do a lot more personal bookings at my own rate. So, maybe. But anyway, I've got to move on now to another job. I'm picking up. It's a £6 job. Simpleton. Don't know where it's going to. And I do wish the app would actually show where you're going to. Once you've accepted the job, but it doesn't. So, off to Somerton. Okay, so currently in Cardiff, heading back to Newport. I've knocked off the Uber app. I want to get back to Newport ASAP. Evidently the trains are being halted at Newport because of issues at the Severn Tunnel. And if the trains are having issues, then Newport is the place I want to be. So let's just recap. I did that Casper's out to Somerton for £7. Picked up in Somerton up to the railway station for £7. Now on the way to the railway station, I got a job to Gloucester for £61. Unfortunately, the rider cancelled as I was on the way to the station. So I dropped that, but almost immediately afterwards, I got a job out to Cardiff for £24. So the time now is 7:30. I came on at 3, so say 4.5 hours, and I'm on £108. So that's not too bad. I think it's 108. Let's just check it. I'm on Google Maps at the moment because I've turned off Uber. So let's have a quick look at Uber. £106.17 in 4.5 hours. So I'm happy with that. If we can get back to Newport Station fairly quickly, I might get a couple of good jobs in tonight with the railways being shut down. So let's get out of Cardiff. I want to get out of Cardiff anyway because we've got rugby on and there's quite a lot of traffic around, and I don't want to be stuck in traffic when I can be earning money in Newport. Oh dear, that's not good news. Coming around the island, I've just seen the gritter wagon going round spraying out grit. So it's expected to be a cold night by all accounts. I mean, at the moment, looking at the temperature gauge, it's 6 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be a cool one tonight. Right, it's a little bit brighter now. I was going to go and treat myself. It's 8 o'clock when I arrived at Asda at Dothrin. I was going to treat myself to McDonald's. But they're closed at 8 o'clock, so no treat. But I did manage to go to the loo, which is good. So it's 8:15, and I'm just to head back straight into Newport now, to switch the app back on. 8:30, I'm on £106. So let's see if the trains are still playing a little bit silly by heading into central Newport. Oh, and while we've got a little bit of light, not a great deal of light, I can show you my new tie. It's the square terminal. I think I did a video where I had the little square one where people could use chip and pin and contactless. This is a standalone terminal for Square on special offer at Amazon. I'll drop the link in below. It'll have my affiliate link, so I'll make a little bit of money if you buy one. But normally they're about £160, £170 with the VAT. £135 at Amazon at the moment. And these are ideal because 1, they give out receipts. 2, they do tap and go with phones and cards. They've got a slot there for the chip and pin as well. And the best thing is you can process cards offline. Now, I live in Wales, and there's some areas around Wales, particularly around Caerphilly, where getting the signal can be a little bit strange, a little bit weird. So you can still take it on that, and then when you get into a good boosted area for signal, then you can process the payment. It's all stored inside, and you get the receipt. Now, I've done that mainly because of this offline mode, and also it looks a bit more professional. They've got that little split square for chip and pin where they can put the card in, and then I'd use my phone and I say, look, I've got your card details now, I've got your card number, would you mind using my phone to just put in your personal secret pin? Doesn't look very good. It's all secured within the Square app, but it just doesn't look very good. So all of that, all self-contained, looks nice. I can do tap and go, which I could do on the phone anyway. I can do tap and go, chip and pin, which I could do with the Square, and I can also do it offline. So that's my shopping channel ad of the day. I'll drop the Amazon link in below. £134, £135 on offer at the moment, and I think it's well worth the investment, particularly as I'm doing airport transfers, and a lot of tap and go credit cards and debit cards have a maximum of about £50-60, and a Heathrow one's £160, so good for the longer trips. But let's get into Newport Central and let's see if the trains are still on a break. And sadly, no coffee, no McDonald's, but I do have a little music bar. Well, this is a little bit disappointing. It's been took almost 40 minutes to get a job, and I've got an £11 job from Cardiff Road down towards Cardiff. It's not going to be very far into Cardiff, maybe St Mellons sort of area for £11. But it's very quiet. I thought it'd be a little bit busier than this, given it's a Friday night. Even if it is in the middle of the month and no one's got any money left. Definitely disappointing. That's fairly straightforward run out from Magley out to Pentwyn, is it? Just by Cardiff. Fairly straightforward. £11, so I'm on £117 now. I would have hoped that it would be a little bit more busy than this for Friday night. Not even impressed. Maybe that 2 till 8 that I normally do, maybe that's just the busiest time of day, where you don't sit around, it's just constant work. Whereas once you go past 8, people are where they want to be, and they're not yet ready to move on, going back home. So you get a couple of hours which are dead. Not good. Dead time is never good time. But I've noticed that the temperature is dropping down to 5. So it's going to be a chilly one tonight. Again, quite a few jobs coming through, pinging through at the moment, for about £6.90. But I'm all 7.8 miles away. And I'm not going to run 7-8 miles for I'll take that one, £8.10. 5 miles away. I'll go for that one. It's taking me back into town centre. Yeah, I've got an £8 job. It's 4.7 miles away, and it's going into the town centre about 3 miles. So that's okay, I can do that one. But as I was saying earlier, I was getting lots of jobs for £6.90, but it was all 7, 8, 9 miles run away. And I can't do that, you know, you're running for less than £1 a mile, and that's before you actually do the job. Not an option, really. Yeah, so that was a Rogerstone down to Betsy job. Eventually paid about £9.20 and that, so I'm running at £126 and it's 9:20, so £126 in 6 hours. Not great, but not something to cry about, but something not to celebrate either. Well, I'm really not impressed Friday night. It's 9:30. I've got 2.5 hours left of this shift. It's a long shift from 3 o'clock. And I've only done £126. Normally, on a normal day between 2 and 8, I'll average about 150. So I'm currently well down on what I'm expecting, or what I would normally do. I would have thought it'd be a £200 day on a Friday night. But I did say when I first started, I didn't expect it to be that busy, because it's mid-month. It's not payday, it's mid-month, and last week was a big expense week with firework nights and firework parties. So it's to be expected that this week would be a little bit quiet, but I don't think it'd be this quiet. I'd want a whole lot more than this to bring me out regular on a Friday night. Yeah, certainly would have worked for normal. So that was a trip from central Newport up to, I think, the City Road area of Cardiff for just over £17. So it's 3 minutes past 10, 7 hours, and I'm on £144. So we're still just about hitting that £20 an hour mark. But I'm off the app and I'm onto Google Maps and heading back down to Newport, because I don't want to be stuck in Cardiff. Okay, this guy here, this police car, is purposely goading me. He's travelling at 18 miles an hour. He's goading me to undertake him on the inside at 20. The high-speed life of a taxi driver in Wales. Well, I can tell how bad it is because I've been bidding on these trip radar jobs and I've failed to get any of them. There must be a lot of drivers out there with nothing to do. Let's try to get that one. See if I can get that one. That's from Cumbran. Yep, £21.56 from the Grange Hospital up to Blackwood. So that's going to take me about an hour, just over an hour. That'll take me up to 11:30. Thank God for that. The night's moving on. But £21 will take me up to about 185. I might just about make the £200, but I doubt it. It's been a slow night. Right, so that was a job out from the Grange Hospital to Blackwood. £29 I think it was. So it's putting me now on £166. It's 11:10. So I got the last 50 minutes. I'm not going to make 200. Not been a particularly great night tonight at all. We might get another job, maybe two, on the way back. We'll just have to wait to see.
Keep left onto
Okay, it's 20 to 12, and I've just picked up a job from Newport Station, £11.60, something like that. So it's going to be quite a local job. Do that, and it's probably going to be my last job of the night, I should imagine. £11. Probably out somewhere like Doffrin or Glenlost or something like that. Right, so that was a station down to Doffrin, and now I'm probably on to my last job now, which is a fairly local one. It's about 3 mile away, and it's only worth a tenner, but that'll just take me up till midnight, and we can call it quits. But we'll have a chat once I've got this job out of the way and see how much I've made tonight. Okay, so that's it. It's 12:30 and I'm finished for the night. I ended up on £188.82. Now, will I give up my Friday night on a regular basis for that? No, I won't. Because that was a 9.5 hour shift in total. Now, if I do a 9 hour shift from, say, 12 till 9, I know I can make £200. Most times, if I work from 1 till 8, 8:30, I can make £200. This is a Friday night. Done 9.5 hours from 3 till 12:30, £188. Won't attract me out on a Friday night on a regular basis, that won't. But hats off to all those who do. A big salute to you night drivers. I know what it's like. I used to do that when I first started private hire driving in the 1980s. I used to do 3 years I did nights. That's all I did. Started at 6 in the evening, worked through till 6 in the morning. Not a pleasant job. I know the stresses, I know how it messes up your health, I know how it impacts on your mental health with anxiety and stuff like that. So hats off to you for doing that. Certainly a young man's game, nights is. It's not something for somebody of my age. I like my bed too much. And that's where I'm heading now. So £188 in 9.5 hours. So till next time, take care, safe driving, and good earnings. Please like, subscribe and share. And I'm off now, home, to wind down and head to bed.